Welcome to a Legendarium special about Jacques Roulet, the Werewolf of Angers. In this installment, we will look at the strange case of a beggar who was accused of being a werewolf. One day in western France during the year 1598, an archer of the provost's company and some peasants happened across the mutilated body of a 15-year-old boy. His blood-soaked limbs still palpitated, so the archer believed that he found a fresh kill. As the party explored further, they saw two wolves which had likely been feeding upon the boy's corpse. Though the party tried to kill the wolves, the animals fled into nearby bushes. Since the party had both weapons and great numbers, they decided to give chase through the thick undergrowth. Nonetheless, they could have never imagined what they would find. Instead of wolves, they found a tall and gaunt man with long, scraggly hair and a great beard, half dressed in torn rags. He had blood-soaked hands and lumps of human gore beneath his fingernails. Though horrified beyond words, the party still found the courage to seize and bind the stranger. They took him to a nearby town and presented him to the local magistrate. The stranger turned out to be Jacques Roulet, a vagabond with a history of mental illness who traveled from town to town with his brother Jean and his cousin Julien. Jacques made his living as a beggar. Under threat of torture, Jacques confessed that his parents devoted him to the devil at a young age. Jacques claimed that his parents gave him a special unguent or oil that allowed him to transform into a wolf with a great and terrible appetite for human flesh. Jacques further revealed that the two wolves seen feeding on the carcass were his relatives, Jean and Julien. This conveniently explained the two wolves that the party failed to capture. He further confessed to having killed and eaten children in the company of his brother and cousin across western France and to attending witches' sabbaths. The 15-year-old boy found by the archer and his party had simply been their latest victim. The magistrate spoke with Jacques' parents and, to his surprise, found them to be devout Christians of good reputation. He also located Jacques' relations Jean and Julien and also found them to be men of good standing with nothing to connect them to the crime. Nonetheless, Jacques received the death penalty for lycanthropy, cannibalism, and murder. For a time, it seemed that the execution would proceed. However, this tale then took an unexpected turn. Jacques suddenly became clear of mind and appealed his conviction to the Parliament of Paris. He insisted that his confession had been given under duress. The Parliament reached the conclusion that Jacques was a madman, not a werewolf, and sentenced him to 2 years in an asylum run by the Catholic Church. After receiving religious instruction from the local brothers, they released him. Jacques Roulet would never be heard from again, either as wolf or man. So what really happened? Could Jacques simply have been mentally ill? If so, it is possible that he failed to realize what he confessed to, or perhaps imagined himself to be a werewolf. Indeed, a great many victims of judicial torture confessed to whatever their interrogators wanted, and then recanted once no longer upon the rack. During the 1500s, a wave of fear spread across Christian Europe about werewolves. Local authorities, both Catholic and Protestant, came to fear that men made pacts with Satan to transform into wolves and eat the flesh of their fellow Christians. Lore at the time held that wolves transformed from salves, belts, and wolfskin pelts gifted to them by Satan or his emissaries. The authorities used this legend to explain unsolved murders, and vagabonds like Roulet could often be executed for crimes they had no knowledge of. Unsurprisingly, people at the time associated lycanthropy with a host of other crimes, including blasphemy, incest, sacrilege, and of course cannibalism. Additionally, France is home to a type of mushroom called Psilocybe psilomancida, which causes vivid hallucinations. Little is known for certain about Jacques Roulet, save that he was a beggar and likely mentally ill, so it is possible he imagined himself a werewolf after eating these mushrooms, which surely aggravated his illness. What is known for certain is that Jacques must rank as one of the most fortunate of the accused, for he escaped death, while dozens, perhaps hundreds, did not. Many accused werewolves in the 16th century faced execution for their crimes, real or imagined. That wraps things up for this episode of the Legendarium. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, press like. If you want to see more, press subscribe. And if you've got anything to say, let me know in the comments section. Thanks again for joining me, and I hope that you have a great rest of the day.